feel he's pulling away? Let's explore the signs. It begins as a subtle shift, a change in rhythm that's hard to pinpoint. It's like a song you've heard 1,000 times before, but suddenly the melody seems off. The harmony that once existed feels out of tune. Conversations that used to ignite your phone, filled with laughter, warmth, and shared memories, become brief, almost stern. An almost tangible coldness in the words. The enthusiastic plans, once filled with "we should" and "how about," now wobble on the brink of uncertainty with maybes and let's sees. Their good mornings and good nights become inconsistent. The midday check-ins become scarce. And the emojis that once added color to your chats seem to have faded. It's like watching a sunset, beautiful in its melancholy, as the vibrancy slowly gives way to. Then there are the conversations. The beautiful, meaningful conversations. They were the threads that wove your connection together. They encompassed everything and nothing. Dreams, fears, the silly, the profound. Exchange of thoughts and emotions flowed like a river, effortless, unending. But now, those conversations are replaced by an echoing silence. The river has run dry, leaving behind a barren landscape. You find yourself filling the void with meaningless small talk, desperately trying to reignite the spark. The spark, it seems, is lost in the echo. The words decrease, the silence amplifies, and somewhere in between, you're left standing, wondering where you took the wrong turn. You replay conversations, dissect texts, looking for that elusive clue that might explain the change. But often, there's no grand revelation, no dramatic twist, just a slow, gradual drift, a shift in the wind direction that you didn't notice until you felt the cold. And those deep conversations, they're replaced by an echoing silence that conveys more than words ever could. It's a silence that weighs heavy, filled with unspoken words and unanswered questions. A silence that speaks volumes, if only you know how to listen. But why the sudden change? This is a question that often haunts us, leaving us puzzled and second-guessing every interaction. The truth is, the change is not always about you or something you did. It's not a reflection of your worth, but rather, it's often about them and what's going on in their world. Let's delve a little deeper. You see, when someone pulls away, it's frequently because they're overwhelmed. The pace of the connection might be moving too fast for them, like a roller coaster that suddenly picked up speed. They might need time to process their feelings, to understand what's happening, and to find their footing. Alternatively, they might be grappling with their own insecurities or fears. Remember, we all carry our own baggage, our own set of past experiences that shape our reactions. They might be scared of getting hurt, of repeating past mistakes, or they might be struggling with feelings of inadequacy, wondering if they're good enough for you. In some cases, they might simply be unsure about what they want. The uncertainty can be daunting, and sometimes the easiest response is to retreat, to create a safe distance while they figure things out. But here's the crucial part. Their pulling away is not a commentary on your worth. It's not a judgment of who you are. It's about their personal journey, their internal struggles, their process of self-discovery. It's their solo dance, choreographed by their emotions, fears, and desires. So when you find yourself in the midst of this dance, remember, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's not a measure of your value. It's about them and their journey, not you. You are still the same amazing person, with or without their validation. And this brings us to a fundamental truth. Pulling away is a dance done solo, reflecting their internal battle, not your worth. Remember, you are enough just as you are. Your worth is not determined by someone else's actions or feelings. And sometimes, the best thing you can do is to step back, give them the space they need, and focus on your own journey, your own growth. Here's where many of us trip up. We stumble into the trap of thinking that if we just try harder, if we just show them how much we care, they'll come rushing back into our arms. It's a natural response, really. We're wired to fix, to mend, to restore. But in this dance of connection and disconnection, increasing our efforts is often the very thing that pushes them further away. Imagine for a moment you're standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out at the ocean. Suddenly, a gust of wind blows your hat off your head and sends it spiraling down towards the water. Your instinct is to reach out, to try and catch it before it's gone. But the more you reach, the more you lean over the edge, the more dangerous your situation becomes. And in the end, the hat is still gone. The same rings true in our relationships. When we sense someone pulling away, our instinct is to reach out, to lean in, to try and catch them before they're gone. But just like the hat, the more we reach, the more we risk. We risk our self-respect, our dignity, our peace of mind. And in the end, they may still choose to walk away. In truth, chasing someone who's retreating only leads them further away. It's like trying to hold onto a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. The harder you try to hold onto them, the quicker they escape. Instead of chasing, instead of reaching, we need to learn to let go. To understand that their retreat isn't a reflection of our worth, but rather a sign that they may not be ready for the connection we're offering. And so, we find ourselves faced with the critical mistake, the pivotal moment where we choose how to respond. Do we chase? Do we reach? Or do we let go, trusting that what's meant for us will stay and what's not? Like the hat, like the sand, will simply slip away. It's like gripping sand. The harder you hold on, the quicker it escapes. So, what should you do? In this dance of connection and disconnection, it's time to change the rhythm. It's time to shift the focus back to the one person who's always been there for you. You. Think about it. When you're on a plane, the safety instructions always tell you to put on your oxygen mask first before helping others. Why? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't be the best partner, friend, or lover if you're not taking care of yourself first. So, let's start by rekindling the relationship with yourself. Remember those passions you put on the back burner? The hobbies that used to make your heart race with joy. It's time to bring them back into the spotlight. These activities aren't just pastimes. They're a reflection of who you are, what makes you unique, what makes you you. Next, surround yourself with the people who truly matter. Your friends, your family, the ones who've seen you at your highs and your lows and loved you just the same. These are the people who recharge your spirit, who remind you of your worth when you're doubting yourself. Spend time with them, laugh with them, create memories that you'll cherish. This shift in focus isn't about playing games or making the other person miss you. It's about genuine self-growth. It's about becoming a person you love, independent of anyone else's validation. It's about understanding that you are enough just as you are. And in this process of self-discovery, you might just find that you attract people who love and appreciate you for who you truly are. You become a magnet for connections that are genuine, deep, and fulfilling. In the end, it all comes down to this. Love yourself first. Everything else will fall into place. This isn't about playing games, it's about genuine self-growth, becoming a person you love, independent of anyone else's validation. Take this moment to reflect on your connection. We often mistake the thrill of newness, the rush of potential, for a deep bond. But is this connection rooted in reality or simply in the realm of what could be? It's a subtle yet significant difference that can change the course of our relationships. You see, we're often drawn to the idea of someone, projecting our dreams, qualities, and expectations onto them. This projection can masquerade as connection. But my friends, the facade is fleeting. When the dust settles, we may find ourselves tethered to a mirage, a relationship that exists more in our minds than in the heart of reality. So, let's take a step back, look at our relationships through the clear lens of reality, not the rose-tinted glasses of potential. It's crucial to differentiate genuine connection from our own projections. As you journey forward, focus on building connections that are rooted in reality, not just fantasy. This means being authentic in your interactions, allowing your true self to shine through. Don't be afraid to express your thoughts and feelings. Genuine communication is the bedrock of meaningful relationships. It's also essential to establish boundaries. Doesn't mean building walls, but rather setting respectful limits that safeguard your emotional well-being. Know what you're comfortable with and communicate it clearly. It's about striking a balance between your needs and those of your partner. Remember, it's perfectly okay to take things slow. In fact, it's often the healthiest approach. A relationship isn't a sprint. It's more like a marathon. Allow your connection to grow organically, at a pace that feels right for both of you. The right connection will feel effortless, not like a battle to be won. It's about finding someone who complements you, not someone you need to chase. So keep moving forward and trust that your journey will lead you to the connection that's truly meant for you. I hope this helped. If you're ready to take your attraction game to the next level, my free guide, The Attraction Triggers, has even more powerful tips. Check the description below for the link.